beat his mama with a 2x4.
Hold on, bro. I think I reacted to this one time. He beat his mama with a... And he was still living? His sisters and them didn't kill him? It took Boosie to kill him? That wasn't even Boosie's mama. Well, we at with it. You two were popping, man. So, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video, bro. I go by Dunn. If you new, go ahead and rock out with the kid, man. Like, comment, sub it up. After you sub it up, make sure you ring that bell. After you ring the bell, make sure you hit all, so you don't miss these bangers. But hey, so we got a good one tonight, man. Well, we got a good one today, my bad. We got a good one today. We're gonna be talking about that boy Terry Boyd, bro. Now, if you don't know who Terry Boyd is, he was one of the guys who Marlo Mike allegedly unalived for Lil Boosie. You know what I mean? If you don't know who Marlo Mike is, man, do your homework. Google Marlo Mike. But hey, yeah, we're gonna tap into this whole dose of mystery. We're gonna tap into this whole dose of mystery documentary about Terry Boyd, man.
When he got shot the last time, that was his 6th time getting shot. So don't act like I was on trial for a good Samaritan.
Terry Boyd was more gangster than Boosie.
Your uncle got by your daddy.
Ooh, I forgot about that.
Baton Rouge was quiet on the night of October 20th, 2009. Terry Boyd had recently got out of prison. He was 35, trying to get his life back on track. For now, that meant staying at his sister's house.
I mean, 35 is it's not an old age. That's a very young age, to be honest. But a lot of times when you're 35, bro, you supposed to have it figured out, bro. I ain't gonna cap. You know what I mean? I stopped it right here because a lot of y'all might be watching. A lot of y'all pushing 30. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna ever think you gonna push 30 until 28 pop up and you like, whoa, I'm finna be 30. Then you'll never think you gonna hit 40, right? I mean, you know you gonna hit it, but it never really crosses your mind that 40 is 40 until you like 39. You know what I'm saying? So don't be like Terry Boyd. Don't be getting out the chain gang at 35 trying to get your life back in order. You know, it can happen. I mean, look at Wallow from $1 Million River Game. Did 17 years in the pen, came home. Now he Wallow. But it don't normally happen like that. So, you know what I mean? You got to do what you got to do so you can get what you got to get. So by the time you hit 35, you'll be good. You'll be well off.
On Vermilion Drive, a modest home in a relatively quiet neighborhood. Inside that house, Terry was surrounded by family. There was no party, no argument, no commotion. Just a man on a couch, fresh out of prison, living out a slow night under a dim ceiling fan. Boyd wasn't new to danger. His body, according to the coroner, told a story of its own. 15 bullet scars and a previous slug still lodged somewhere inside him. But that night, there was no warning, no chase. No face-to-face standoff, just a blink of...
Bro should have been a rapper. Bro got shot 15 times, bro. He should have been a rapper, bro. Nobody tell him to rap. He would have blew up, bro. Straight up, like... That's crazy.
New to danger, his body, according to the coroner, told a story of its own. 15 bullet scars and a previous slug still lodged somewhere inside him. But that night, there was no warning, no chase, no face-to-face standoff, just a blink of a porch light, the edge of a curtain, and a clear line of sight from the yard to the couch. Around 1 in the morning, gunfire ripped through the window. The official call came in just after 1:30 a.m. On October 21st, 2009, officers with the Baton Rouge Police Department arrived, and what they found inside was chaos. Glass everywhere, a shattered window, shell casings just outside, and Terry Boyd, deceased, on the floor. He'd been sitting in the den, the same spot he spent most of the night. The shooter never stepped inside. They didn't have to. Investigators determined that at least 6 shots had been fired from outside the house, through the window. A 9mm, close range, quick, deliberate. There was no forced entry, no struggle, no words exchanged. Whoever pulled the trigger came for one reason: to hit. Police combed the yard with flashlights. Shell casings glittered in the grass, catching moonlight like teeth inside the house. Blood pooled beneath.
Man, this boy Dose is explaining this, bro. You would have thought Dose was there. Those are the bullets gleaming from the moonlight like teeth. Like, Man, shout out to Dose. It was a dope one, my boy.
Couch and traced into the fibers of the rug. Family members were still there, frozen, panicked. Boyd's sister, the woman who let him stay with her after prison, could barely speak. Ben Hawkins, her boyfriend, was the one who called it in. A neighbor told police that he had seen 2 black men fleeing the scene. One wore a white t-shirt. They moved fast, cutting through a fence line and disappearing near the tracks. It was dark. No faces, no names, just silhouettes.
No face,
and
no
the sharp
case.
scent of gunpowder clinging to the air. 10 days after Terry Boyd was gunned down in his sister's home, his family gathered at Winfield Farewell Home in Baton Rouge. Boyd was laid to rest on October 31st, 2009. It was Halloween, but the only thing haunting that chapel was grief. They called Terry by his nickname. Black friends, family, and old acquaintances who hadn't seen him since prison filled the pews slowly. There was no cameras, just people coming to bury a man who was trying to make his way back into the world. Terry Boyd's name wasn't in headlines yet, but it would be. This case was about to catch fire, and the people gathered in that room would soon find themselves in a courtroom listening to prosecutors say that Boyd's hit wasn't just senseless, it was ordered.
Terry Boyd was really finna knock Boosie off. That's
What?
why Boosie had to get him gone. Boosie was really scared of Terry Boyd, for real, for real.
What?
If we keeping it a buck.
Not Boosie. Boo not set it off, Boosie. Not little bad ass Boosie. Nah, I don't believe that. Boosie wasn't scared of that man. Nah, I'm not gonna cap. I ain't saying Terry wasn't finna knock Boosie off. He probably was, bro. You know what I'm saying? He probably was. Boosie knocking his little sister down, things of that nature. That probably pissed him off. Boosie getting a little money. You know, Boosie was Boosie before he was Boosie, bro. You feel me? He was like that in Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? That's what I heard. But I don't think Boosie was scared. Just cause Boosie allegedly knocked him off before he knocked Boosie off, that don't mean he was scared. He was like, hey, I'm gonna get you before you get me. Like, what? I mean, but shout out to this guy, though. You know what I'm saying? Who explaining this, bro? I mean, he might be from Louisiana, so he probably know more than me, bro.
He get into some real history.
From the moment Terry Boyd's body hit the floor, the streets started talking. The official line was still blank. No arrest, no charges, no suspects. But Baton Rouge didn't wait on the paperwork. It didn't need a badge to make a connection. People in the neighborhoods, in the prisons, in the clubs, they already had a few names in mind. According to some, a jailhouse informant named Lee Lucas sent a warning to rapper Lil Boosie.
Lee Lucas? Lee Lucas ain't no informant, though. Nah, man. I don't know about that one, gang. We're gonna have to scratch that. I ain't see nobody bring up no paperwork on Lee Lucas. Unless he's saying he was informing Boosie. I mean, that would make him an informant, but like when you talking about the streets and gangsters and street politics, like you gotta watch your words, like, cause I heard informant and I went straight to him. You know what I'm saying Lee Lucas was talking to the law. No, I don't think Lee Lucas talked to no law. I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Baton Rouge, y'all get in the comments, man.
The message was simple. Terry Boyd was planning to jack and slap him. Street code for robbing and humiliating. The prosecution would later say that was all it took. A perceived threat from a man Boosie didn't trust. A man with history. A man now freshly out of prison.
You see, Terry Boyd's gonna knock off Boosie because Boosie was beating on his sister, which is the baby mama of the little girl.
I knew
Another
it.
version of the rumors said it had nothing to do with Boosie at all. That Boyd had robbed the wrong man.
6 hours in and not a single ad. Check it out. All right, we just take out those 5 baddies real quick and we can all go home. Enjoy a nice hot cup of tea.
Inside, Michael Ghost Judson. And then Judson was the one who wanted him deceased. Judson, they say, had money, access, and a short fuse. He was also connected to some of the same people Boosie ran with. And when Boyd got out of prison, Judson didn't forget. But Judson was hit before the trial. Others argue that Boyd had too many enemies to count, that he was reckless with who he crossed, and someone finally caught him slipping.
You guys have one kid together or two? One. You prided yourself with giving all your kids a new car when they turned, 16? Yeah.
But for some, those theories didn't hold for long. Not when word got around that a kid named Marlo Mike had started confessing. Marlo Mike
in the back seat begging for a body.
was a teenager who was soft-spoken and thin. He was always in the background of someone else's story until the bullets started.
That man had Boosie who's next tatted on him, bro. This is crazy work. There you go. Boosie who's next.
story until the bullets started flying. Then it was his time to shine. According to Baton Rouge police, Michael Louding wasn't just a kid with a gun. He was a professional, cold, calculated, a hitman who, between 2008 and 2010, allegedly carried out as many as 6 hits, sometimes for money, sometimes for loyalty, sometimes for nothing but
for
the silence
nothing.
that followed. But
Sometimes
it was
for
the hit of Terry
nothing.
Boyd that brought everything crashing down.
Boosie did what he was supposed to do, because Terry Boyd definitely's gonna get Lil Boosie out of here. Pittman, he a rat. He told on Marlo Mike, got 20 years, knocked off his prison sentence. But he ain't tell on Boosie, though. That's why Boosie went free. See, he told on Marlo Mike and Ghost when they took Lil Terry Boyd up out of here. Pittman was the driver, though. You know what I'm saying?
Louding was arrested in May of 2010 and interrogated for hours without a lawyer or parent present. Just a teenager in the police station, slowly realizing that he had talked himself into a corner. What came next would shape the entire case. He confessed.
How many times did you shoot him, Marlo Mike? About 3 or 4. Howard, who gave you money? Marlo Mike.
Boosie. God.
How much? Marlo Mike.
$2,800,
Called him a
boy.
hitman for
But murder cheap as hell, boy. Murder is cheap as hell, boy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people be thinking like it take 6 figures. You know what I'm saying? 50K to get somebody up out of here. Man, listen, man. You can pay a little crash shot by $1,000 in a Big Mac meal, bro, and tell him he gonna be the biggest person from his hood. Whoever you want him to get up out of there, he gonna get him up out of there, bro. You feel me? Like, that's crazy. $2,800, man. $2,800. That's crazy.
hire. A teenager turned assassin under the influence of fame, money, and music. Suddenly, the rumors had a face, a name, a hitman, and a question no one wanted to answer out loud. If Marlo Mike pulled the trigger, who told him to? On tape, Michael Louding admitted to shooting Terry Boyd through the window of that Vermilion Drive home. He named names. He walked detectives through the timeline. And most importantly, he said Lil Boosie paid him to do it. $2,800 cash. That moment, a teenager calmly explained a murder for hire tied to one of the South's biggest rappers. It was a bombshell prosecutors needed, and they knew it. They also knew it wouldn't hold up without a fight.
Let me run it again. He was a convicted chop.
What?
Convicted. He beat 5.
What? No. He was a convicted child. M-word. Convicted. Like you gotta understand, like, Boosie right. Like, convicted. That mean, yeah, it was proven that he did it. Like, ain't nobody just saying it. You know, so you got some folks in the neighborhood, they tell you, don't go over there now. That boy over there touching chillin'. You know what I'm saying? But this man, he was convicted. Meaning he went to jail for it.
He said Lil Boosie paid him to do it. $2,800 cash. That moment, a teenager calmly explained a murder for hire tied to one of the South's biggest rappers. Was the bombshell prosecutors needed, and they knew it. They also knew it wouldn't hold up without a fight.
Let me run it again. He was a convicted chop.
Okay.
Convicted. He beat 5 charges.
What?
He was a known robber in the city.
What?
He beat his mama with a 2x4.
Hold on, bro. I think I reacted to this one time. He beat his mama with a... And he was still living? His sisters and them didn't kill him? It took Boosie to kill him? That wasn't even Boosie's mama. That's crazy, bro. This man done beat his mama with a 2x4, bro. And they had Boosie on trial for killing this man.
He been shot 29 times.
Oh my God.
On 6 different occasions.
What?
If anybody came to my trial, you would have saw his body up there with 29 marks in it.
Get out of here.
29 times shot over on 6 different occasions.
All new tonight from Baton Rouge, a prosecutor says...
Oh, they tried to get him up out of here, but he was Wolverine.
By the time Lil Boosie went on trial for that hit, the courtroom felt like a stage. The state called it the state of Louisiana versus Torrance Hatch. But to the rest of Baton Rouge, it was Boosie versus the system. Marlo Mike had already confessed to the hit. In that taped interview, he told police that Boosie paid him $2,800 in small bills to take Boyd out. He said Boosie handed him the cash personally. But by the time the trial began, Lowney had changed his story completely. He told the courtroom he lied during the interrogation, that he hadn't hit Boyd, that Boosie never paid him a dime, that he'd been threatened by detectives, told his mother and stepfather would be arrested if he didn't talk. He claimed they said Boosie had put a price on his head, $25,000, to have him hit, and that he panicked. The jury looked at him, then looked at the evidence, because there was more than just a confession. There was a tattoo. A photo taken 2 weeks after Boyd's hit showed Louding in Boosie's house, getting fresh ink across his stomach, an AK-47, and above it, the words, "Yo, Boosie, who's next?"
That's crazy work right there, boy.
Marlon Mike shrugged it off. "It's just a tattoo," he said. "It don't mean nothing." That flip didn't stop prosecutors. They had something else, Boosie's own music. On the night Terry Boyd was hit, Boosie had been in his home studio recording a track. The song was called 187, a reference to the California Penal Code for homicide. The lyrics were aggressive, targeted, and some of them mentioned a gray Monte Carlo, the same kind of car Boyd was known to drive. One line stood out. "Yo, Marlo, he drive a Monte Carlo. I want him going today. Here go to K. K, slang for money." Hours later, Boyd was...
What? I ain't never heard this song. What they say? I'm gonna listen to that in a minute. 187. Yo, Marlo, he drive him on a Carlo. I want him gone today. And then he died. I mean, a lot of us believe in coincidences, and maybe that's one. Maybe that's just one. I mean, he wasn't in a Monte Carlo when he died, so I mean, that's something. I mean, if he would have said he's in a pink house, take him out, then maybe. I don't know. This is crazy, bro.
Opera window. And just after that, another song, Body Bag. In it, Boosie rapped about brains on the wall and said, "Rockabye baby." Prosecutors said it wasn't a coincidence. They said it was a confession. The state painted my music wrong, countered Boosie. "My music is violent, but not all of it. I have songs about God, my kids, and telling other people's kids to chill out and go to school and do right. My music helps most kids avoid that street life because it scares them. My fans aren't blind to the consequences."
Cap. Most people who listen to Boosie, bro, they want to be Boosie. Like you can just hear like kids who have basically beat that street life. And they be like, bro, who you grew up like looking up to, like listening to? Lil Boosie. Like Boosie capping right here, not talking about his music helped most kids avoid the streets. No, Boosie music made most kids want to get in the streets, bro. Like no cap. Like Boosie music, like the influence of it was so crazy that when I first heard Boosie say, I told mama I was thugging outside, I don't need cable. I hated the fact that we had cable. Oh, like I'm just being real, bro. I was like, man, like that's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? So him talking about, nah, bro. Nah, Boosie made, you know what I'm saying, inner city kids want to be him, bro. Like no cap. Like, so this is all cap. But it sounds good though, straight up.
Another piece of evidence was a phone call that Boosie had made to the mother of one of his children, in which he threatened her and their shared child, as well as made vague references to the hit of Terry Boyd.
But Boosie disrespectful, boy.
It's called no witnesses.
She's smart, bro. She was trying to get Boosie to say that he killed him, bro. But I wonder, could they try him again, though? I don't think they could. I don't think they can. I don't know. Y'all get in the comments. Let me know, like, what if Boosie, like, okay, because she was trying to get Boosie to say, I killed him, or I had him killed. You know what I'm saying? Could they get that and use that as evidence to take Boosie back to trial? Even though he was found not guilty of it, I don't know. But she know Boosie had something to do with her brother dying, bro. She know Boosie has something to do with her brother dying. And word on the street, she was one of the ones that he molested. So she should have wanted to kill him too. When Boosie said something about her brother, she should have said, thank you. See, that just go to tell you how, like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know, like, our community, bro, we be so messed up in the head, bro. It makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up. But this is a dysfunctional family, bro. She had a baby by the man who unalived her brother. So her daughter's daddy unalived her uncle. But this is crazy.
The defense called no witnesses. They didn't need to. They said the burden of proof was on the state, and the state had failed to meet it. On May 11th, after 9 days of testimony, the jury came back not guilty. Boosie broke down in court. His mother cried beside him. Outside, supporters erupted in cheers. He beat it. Someone shouted, "Boosie's home soon." But after Lil Boosie walked out of the courtroom a free man, someone still had to pay. Marlo Mike, then 20 years old, had already confessed to hits. Whether or not Boosie ordered any of them didn't change what came next. In April 2013, almost 4 years after Terry Boyd's passing, Louding stood trial alone. No rap lyrics, no flashy headlines, just a teenager who once bragged about bodies, now fighting for his life. It didn't take long.
All you had to do was shut up.
A first-degree hit in Boyd's passing. They didn't buy the recantation. They didn't believe he was coerced. They looked at the confession, the ballistics, the tattoos, and they made their decision. When sentencing came down, Judge Trudy White didn't hold back. She called Louding a cold-blooded hitman, said he was infected by Boosie, said he had been sent on a hit mission. Then she handed down the only sentence the law allowed, life in prison, no possibility of parole. Louding apologized, told the court he was sorry, and if he'd known the pain he caused, he wouldn't have done it. But by then, it didn't matter.
I called
the
Cap.
families of Terry Boyd and the others he was linked to were done listening. Louding would spend the rest of his life in Angola, Louisiana's most notorious prison, while Boosie, just a year later, walked free on his separate dope charges. On March 5th, 2014, Lil Boosie was released. The internet exploded. Boosie's free trended worldwide. Fans celebrated like it was a holiday. And Boosie wasted no time before going back to mocking Terry Boyd's passing.
Nah. That's
Boosie
messed
had
up,
beaten
bro.
the hit chart.
I dig it,
So
though.
for the people who knew and loved Terry Boyd, it wasn't a win. It was a wound. One they carried while the world cheered.
His daughter mad about her uncle still. She mad that Boosie clapped her uncle down. It's as simple as that, man.
In the end,
Why though?
one man was gone, one was locked away, and one went back to the booth. Rest in peace, Terry Boyd.
I don't know, man. Maybe Boosie. Nah, he said that old boy was convicted. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What he did. So, with that being said, that's public records. Like, we can go look that up. You feel me? And they didn't play. Like, I seen that live when Boosie said that. I think I reacted to it on my main channel. Y'all check in King Don Reacts. And Boosie said that his baby mama and her sister were the girls who he was allegedly messing with and got convicted for messing with them with them kids, bro. Like, I don't know, man. It's just crazy, but I don't know. I don't think Boosie's daughter hates him because he killed her uncle. She ain't studying that, bro. It's probably a whole nother crazy reason why she don't rock out with her dad. But hey, man, it sounded like Terry Boyd was a straight menace, bro. You feel me? It sounded like a lot of people probably were happy that Boosie went ahead and got him on up out of there, bro. Like, man, you been shot 29 times, bro. Like, he should have became either a rapper or a pastor. Like, one of the two. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had no business still trying to do crime, bro. You feel me? And then, bro, he done beat his mama with a 2x4. And people was at his funeral, bro. Like, that's crazy to me, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. Even if he was like my brother, or if he was my daddy, I'd be like, look, bro, nah, bro, I ain't got no daddy, bro. This man done beat my grandma with a 2x4, bro. He done touched 2 of my aunties, bro. He been shot 29 times, like, bro. That's crazy. But hey, man, rest in peace, Terry Boyd, man. Even though, hey, he was a menace in Baton Rouge, boy. I'm pretty sure when they got him on up out of that, boy, the police probably were clapping their hands, boy, because they probably were like, we thought we were going to have to get him up out of here. Crazy work, bro, crazy. But hey, Mark, y'all let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section down below, man. I need Baton Rouge, man, Louisiana, tap in. Was Terry Boyd more like gangster than Boosie? I really want to know, because I thought Boosie was like, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to Baton Rouge, I thought Boosie Boo was like that guy. So let me know in the comment section down below, man. Don't forget to like the video, sub it up. After you sub it up, make sure you ring that bell, because you don't want to miss these bangers, because we dropping every single day, ma. You feel what I'm saying? And also, man, rock out with me on my gram, Keen_7, and rock out with all my other YouTube channels across the YouTube platform, man. Got a vlogging channel. My lady got a channel, and I got a main reaction channel. I just told y'all that. So rock out with every last one on, man. 1,900 by the day. 2K, we on the way, man. Road to 10K, man. 100K plat will be ours, man. You know what I'm saying? When I get it, I'm sure to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all like, duh, we know you gonna show it, bro. But straight up though, man, you know what I'm saying? We chasing that 100K, man. I just want y'all to know nothing is out of reach, bro. You feel me? Like, whatever you think you can have, bro, you can actually have, bro. You just gotta believe it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta believe it. And then you gotta work so hard that things just start falling in place for you. You feel me? Y'all ever been like that, bro? Like, you just working towards something or you want something, man. You manifesting things, man. Next thing you know, everything just start falling in place. Boom, 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 boom. So, hey, don't mess it up, bro. Don't mess up the falling in place by basically having doubt or looking at the results that you got right now. You feel me? Straight up, man. Mark life or no life. Mark with no way. And how we coming OTM. We getting straight out the mud. I go by done. I'm gonna catch y'all on that net vid, folks. Let's get it. Gang. You know we got the streets, nigga. We got the trap too. I say my trap doing numbers. I just bust another jewel. Got a player around the corner. Hey. I say my trap doing numbers like that 05 summer. Got a quarter pound on me. Hey. The trap doing numbers. The trap.